Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi launched his vision to build a new modern Egypt. And since that time, we can see all the wheels of work moving on very fast across the nation. Many different mega projects taking place across the country. New cities that we have built on the latest developments and technologies, talking about green energy, talking about many projects. Well, if we're talking about the mega projects, we're talking about infrastructure. Today we will focus on the transport mega projects. Over the phone, we have Dr. Youmn Hamaki, Professor of Economics at Shams University. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Nash.
Good morning, doctor. So, talking about the mega projects here in Egypt and talking about the transport mega projects in particular, we all know that anyone or any investor who would like to start a business, there is something like SWOT analysis to find out more about the destination in which he's going to put his money. And from here, it comes the importance of the infrastructure, comes the importance of the logistics and the transport in general. Doctor, tell us how far can this boost economy in Egypt?
Actually, the most important, factor about mega projects in Egypt that nowadays mega project is allowing us to approach and use our resources on a better way. Since we used to live on only 5% of the surface of Egypt. And nowadays, when we have such mega projects connecting Sinai with Egypt, connecting Upper Egypt with, all parts of Egypt, New Valley, all these areas, they suffered from, lack of investment. They are suffering from very low, quality of government services. And nowadays, the situation is changing into connecting these areas into to each other and to the most important, parts of Egypt. We know quite well, according to our statistics and studies, that there is a concentration of investment and economic activities in the major governorates in Egypt, like Cairo, Alexandria, and so on. And we used to have immigration from Upper Egypt, from Sinai into Cairo and these large cities to find opportunities of job or to find, the services like health services and so on. Nowadays, we are changing this equation completely since we have the main services according to Decent Life project. We are trying to introduce these services into these governorate as well as in order to do it, it needs to be connected. And here it comes the importance of mega projects. More important than that, our ability to invest these huge investment in mega projects to attract investment, to provide opportunities of job for youth. So this is what we have to work on it. And still we need more and more of efforts to be done efficiently and to attract investment. Since when you, revise the map of investors into these areas, still, we need to diversify our investment to enhance specifically labor-intensive projects, so that to absorb, labor for these areas and to improve the quality of life for them. So what is the importance of mega projects? Specifically, infrastructure and, roads and transportation methods, and like you mentioned, logistics. The most important thing about it, and it should be evaluated from this perspective, which means that when we have this long road into, Upper Egypt, into Sinai, to how extent we have succeeded to attract investment in these areas, to how extent we succeeded to reduce the cost of transportation, the cost of exportation. So the competitiveness of Egyptian products should be on top of our priorities so that we can enhance or to achieve the goal of 100 billion exports. Since exports, Nashwa, it's not only, you are not talking about that export is a source of foreign currency, and we are in a crisis regarding foreign currency. We are talking about exports as a way to change the economy and to improve the competitiveness and to diffuse technology and to upgrade productivity of labor. And when you enhance the productivity of labor, you can be able to give more salaries and wages. And from this perspective, this is the only way to improve the quality of life for Egyptians.
So, Doctor, how far can we say, or can we say actually, that now the logistic map of Egypt in terms of trade has changed?
Actually, like you mentioned, nowadays we have very important ports. We are trying to, upgrade our ports. We are trying to, modernize our ports to use intelligence, artificial intelligence. This is, we are still far away, but we are hoping that we are putting our goals to reach this level. Still, it needs from us not only to take care of this mega project and, the infrastructure. Still, we need to activate trade, which means that, still our export is quite minimal compared to our capabilities. Because when we study as economists, we have a lot of studies regarding what are the industries that Egypt is having a comparative advantage in it. And we have a lot of industries. We have ready-made clothes. We are exporting only with $2 to $3 billion. Our potentialities can reach $30 according to our studies, If you include the small industries, you can reach that goal, but it needs a lot of work to upgrade their competitiveness and capability to penetrate international markets. Still, we have very good potentiality in food industries, even in appliances, home appliances, in technological products. We have done quite good efforts, during the last 5 years regarding how to deepen the industrial sector, how to increase the local content of our industrial sector. Besides, for Egypt, the most important products that have a comparative advantage, like ready-made, as I mentioned, and food industries, they are linked to the agriculture sector. And from here it comes that we exerted very good efforts in, upgrading quality of product in the agriculture sector to increase reclamation of land and to tap areas that we didn't have any, activities in it. So all of these efforts, needs to be to be monitored and evaluated so that we can achieve specific results that can address the needs of people. Still, despite all efforts that we have done regarding the agriculture sector, we still have high prices regarding our poultry industry, our meat industry. Why? Because we are still relating on importation, for a lot of things that can be produced at home and reduce the cost of production and improve the competitiveness. So all of this is what we need to do, and can be replaced as top priority for the coming period so that we can invest these mega projects for the benefit of people.
Doctor, sustainable development is our main goal, and we can see how the Egyptian leadership is taking this into consideration in all projects taking place moving forward, taking into consideration Egypt's vision of 2030. How do you see this?
Indeed, Nashwa, and actually all these activities have been presented in COP27. Actually, Egypt is doing quite good regarding hydrogen, green hydrogen. We have the largest plan and the largest factory to generate electricity from solar in Belban, in Aswan. So we are doing a lot of work regarding enhancing our capabilities for green energy, for sustainable development. Still, what we need to do is how to reach the best efficiency in our cost of production. Still, a lot of things can be done regarding the local content, the transfer technology. Nashwa, that I know in our universities and scientific center researches, we have a lot of inventions that can do quite good regarding energy and green energy. Still, they are not transferred into reality, and it needs some investment, despite that we have done quite well regarding last period, regarding taking care of research and development, but still a lot of efforts can be done in order to rely on ourselves. Nashwa, the situation internationally is quite gloomy. The international economy nowadays is witnessing severe challenges regarding, nowadays the Russian-Ukrainian war. Besides, we have tensions everywhere in the world, and we have the war between the United States and China, the superiority of the world economy. So a lot of conflicts, and the prospect for the world growth, economic growth, is according to the World Bank, it's only 1.7%. 1.7%. This is half the prospect rate of growth for the world economy 1 year ago. So this is telling us to how extent we are expecting recession for the coming period. Stagflation, and all these challenges will tell us a lot of lessons to be learned, which is to rely on ourselves first of all, to try to build our capabilities, to try to increase the local content, and to enhance regional integration. We have African continent, we have Arab countries, we have even, the partnership with Europe. So all these are channels for Egypt to be strengthened so that we can, enhance our competitiveness and capability.
Doctor, in the beginning, I was talking about new cities that were built all over the country. And for sure that building all these cities with all these technologies could never be successful without being linked together. And this is what we have seen when we talk about the transport mega projects linking all cities. How far is this important, including, of course, the new administrative capital?
Yes, this is quite important. The new administrative capital can be regarded as iconic project for Egypt nowadays. We are expecting to attract investment in different. We are expecting to attract investment in different, dimensions. And I believe that this cannot be done without linking, this administrative capital into other parts of Egypt. And from here it comes the importance of methods of transportation, electric train, and these methods of transportation can play a significant role towards linking the capital, the new capital, with all parts of Egypt. And from here it comes the importance of having these linkages to enhance, to enhance the competitiveness of the investment that can be, introduced into the new capital. So I believe that this is quite important. We can see nowadays, Nashwa, that the new capital is attracting investors from different countries, and what we need to do as our recommendation for the economic conference, we need to facilitate the investment environment. We need to address challenges confronting investors, and still a lot of work should be done.
Doctor, to what extent did the government succeed in coordinating between roads and bridges, railways, the underground metro, electric railways, seaports, river transport, land and dry ports, and logistics centers in Cairo as well?
This is a very nice question, Nashwa, because this is it's quite an economic question related to modes of transportation and to how extent they can achieve the best, or the most efficient way economically, which is the least cost. You can use different modes of transportation to reach your goal, like can we see, using all types of transportation so that to decrease the cost of transportation. And I believe this exercise needs to be done for most of our investors. The existing, companies and factories, because actually for our projects and factories, still they need to develop their systems of cost so that to try to minimize cost, and this is the only way to enhance competitiveness. And this is another advantage for exportation. If you go to export, you need to reduce your cost as best as you can. And using different modes of transportation is one of the ways to, reduce your cost to the minimum level so that to enhance your competitiveness.
Right. Still we have more to be tackled, Doctor, so please stay with us. We will be back right after the break.